Mazda LM55 VGT concept car in VR. Hello there everybody and welcome to OpenFed Gaming. You're listening to the OpenFed. We're driving a Mazda LM55 VGT concept car. We're driving it in a Group 1 prototype series. We're driving it at the Grand Valley Highway 1 track and we're doing 10 laps. We start at 20th of 20 cars and we started with a rolling start. 10 laps. Now we know for a fact that nobody on the track here, I presume, can do all 10 laps on one tank. So I would imagine we're all going to have to fuel up at one point or another. So I figure, well, we'll split the 10 laps in half and go 5 and 5. Now we don't know how much fuel we're going to consume or how much our tires are going to wear down, but we will see that when we go into the pits after the 5th lap. Now because we don't have anybody telling us what lap we're in, we do have to remember to count them, as the OpenFed sometimes forgets to do. Now I forget to count the cars, but in this case that doesn't matter, because when you go into the pits, other cars drive by, they have different strategies, so it really doesn't matter. We'll see what position we're in after 5 laps, and then we'll see if we can improve that before the race is over. So here we are, coming around the corner, and then we go through the tunnel, and after you go through the tunnel, you are down the straight stretch in front of the grandstand, and you'll be finishing your first lap. That's why I have to keep saying that, because I got to remind myself, because I know I'm going to forget. So that's 1 lap. Okay, and all you can do in this race, because it's such a high tempo race, is catch up to the guy in front of you. See, look for the opportunity, and they're there. If you can be right behind the car in some places, when you go around a corner, he veers a little wide, you can cut him short and you can pass him, or the opposite, you can pass him on the outside if he slows down enough. So be ready for that. Now this is Gran Turismo, so it's not a contact sport in this game. You got to try and drive as clean as you can and just keep a ribbon. When you're going through the corners like this, just follow the car in front of you. You can't pass them anyhow, but stay with them. Now here, you have the opportunity to get by them. So we're going to catch 1, 2. We caught 2 of them sleeping there, you know, if you're quick enough. But if you are back a little bit, then you don't have enough time to catch up to them and pass them. However, this Mazda is so fast that sometimes you don't need to be right behind him. You can still catch him and pass him all in the same time, even if you start a little slow, but not that time. That's okay. We got lots of time left to go. That's the other thing. We have lots of time left to go, so we don't have to worry about ramping it up. Now we did slow down here. They make you slow down because there was an accident. So you can't go any faster. There was a flag out on the play and you had to slow down. Anyhow, as soon as you get by it, you back up to normal speed. Now, another thing I always have to remind people, and myself, obviously, the reminders first for me, is where, right there to the right, is your pit entrance. I was going to say, where is your pit entrance? But it was there already. So you got to make sure you know where your pit entrance is, because we are now started our 3rd lap. And you don't want to have to be starting your 5th lap and then go, oh my God, I got to go into the pit after this and I don't know where it is. You don't want to be looking for it then. So we know where it is. As soon as you come out of the tunnel, stay on the right-hand side and you can see the pit lane that takes you right in. So remember that, don't forget. Lap 3 is where we're at. Let's catch up to the next guy and see if we can get by him at any opportune moment. Now, like I said, with this type of a race, I used to find it really difficult because I'm one of those kinds of people that have to win the race in the 1st lap. So I have to really try to retrain my brain to play a different way. Just play it, push it just to the point where you're going to lose control, but not so fast that you're going to wipe out and do all that stuff. You know, and have a little patience, because you will catch up to these guys if you keep it at an even pace. as I did there, where I passed 2 of them. Now, like I said before, we don't know what position we're in. All we can do is just go as hard as we can, and we'll worry about the rest later. Drive a nice clean race. Coming through the tunnel here, we can see there's another car there in front of us. We're going to try and catch up to him as we're going to start our 4th lap. Okay, see, there's the pit entrance right there. Now the pit comes out, which is also a good thing to know, right over here. So it's not a very long track, so just make sure you realize that when you come out, there could be some high-speed cars going by. So you got to watch out for that too, because sometimes they run through your pit lane. They're not supposed to, but they do. Anyhow, this track here on the Grand Valley Highway is one of my top 5 favorite tracks. I like it for several reasons. I love the flow of the track. I love the way it goes up and down. I love the graphics, and I love being right by the ocean and having that nice long bridge to drive across every time. I think it just looks absolutely awesome. Really, really nice race. Really nice track. Anyhow, we are far from done. As we coming up around the corner here, I do believe we got to do one more lap before we're halfway, before we're going to fuel up. And then when we fuel up, we'll be able to see when we're in there, the head's on display, the HUD will come on, and we will be able to see our position, how much fuel we used, and how much tire wear we used. As we're ripping by those 2 guys. Oh, he didn't like me going by him, but you know, I really didn't care for him going back by me, so that was not really nice. So I think we're just going to have to pass him back again right over here and leave him in our dust, as they say. Now we can see more cars in front of us there, moving up ahead. So let's catch up to that group. We've got one more lap to go, and always assume if you see a car in front of you, always assume that he is ahead of you in position, because you're better off racing up and passing the guy in front of you than letting him go and figure, oh, I lapped him, you know, and then losing it, being in second place when you lose. Keep that in mind. You know, things like that happen more often than you think. All sorts of strange things happen when the Oberfet's playing, but that's okay, you know, because the main thing is fun. And as long as you have fun, and I always have fun when I scream by a car like that on the outside, that is so much fun and so enjoyable. Anyhow, we're coming up here and we're getting close to the end of this lap. So we're going to be getting close to pit time. Now let's see if we can maybe pick off a few more here. There you go. See, if you're up close behind them, then when you go around the corner, they take too long to throttle up and you can rip by. Just like this guy here, cut him on the inside and then zip by him. Well, I tell you, this Mazda has got a lot of power and it's very, very nice handling car. It really sticks to the road and flows around corners, just fantastic. I love how you can see the wheels through the open holes on the inside of the fenders there. I don't know what that's for, maybe to cool the brakes, but it looks cool, and I love those little rearview mirrors on top of the fenders. Now we should be going into the pits here, right here. Maybe a little bit too fast, but that's okay. We're coming in at 6th. We used half a tank of fuel and our tires were not too bad, but we're going to change them anyhow. We're in here now anyhow, so we're 11th now. Okay, so we're leaving the pit number 12, number 13. So we've got 12 cars to pass in the last 5 laps. So we've only passed, we're only ahead of 7 cars in the first 5 laps. So it's going to be a dogfight. We're going to have to really push it. We have to pass 12 cars, and we only passed 7 in the first 5 laps. So we'll have to wait and see how it's going to turn out. But we're going to push it as hard as we can, and hopefully we'll be able to catch. We also don't know if any of these 12 cars that we got to pass, if and when they're going to go in for fuel, right? I mean, they can go in for fuel by the next time I go by the pit stop, they could be in there for fuel, but because we don't have the heads on display up, we don't know if we're passing anybody. So then the only thing you can do is wait till the very end, and then you'll see if you won or not. And we're going to do our best to be number one. And we're catching up to somebody, and if we're catching up to somebody, then we know we got to pass them. So by this bridge, love this nice straight section by the bridge. It's always a great place to pass, but I think he got away on me a little bit. So we're going to be able to catch up to him, but we won't be able to pass him. But that's okay. That's all right. As long as we keep moving ahead and advancing, we're getting close and we can pass them up ahead here. So as we're coming up around the corner, and a little bridge and then that tunnel again. And that's lap number 6 done. But I tell you, these laps are long, but they sure go by fast at this speed. But here we can take him, and we got another group that we're catching up to. 2 more. Wow, we got our work cut out for us today, I suppose, eh? Oh, that's that yellow car that passed us after we passed him. Yeah, we're gonna have to do away with him again. We can't afford to wait until he goes into the pits for fuel, so we're just going to do it now. As we're coming up through, see these here sections, it's almost impossible to pass them, and they slow right down on this corner, but if you go wide, you can't take them around the outside. So it's a wasted exercise. You're better off just to hang tough and wait till you get a little bit straighter section and then pass them then. That's usually the better approach, but everybody plays their own style, and there is no such thing as a wrong way to play it. So you do it whichever way you think is best for you, and that's the way you play if you enjoy that. So as we're catching up behind this guy, we've got the bridge again, so we can rip by him there. We gotta be getting to the front of the pack, I'll tell you that. So gotta be, and this gotta be, now see, I've forgotten what lap this was. I think this is lap number 7. So we got a little ways to go yet. There should be some more cars on the track for us to have to catch up to and pass to be able to be in number 1. As we're coming through the tunnel here, getting pretty dark in here. They better turn on some lights so we can see a little bit better. Well, we see some cars out in the track there, right there up ahead. So this should be lap number, I'm hesitant, 7 or 8. Now I know the sun is going down. We're getting near the end of the day, so we might be driving a little bit of this race in the dark, which is different. I can't remember ever having driven on the Grand Valley Highway in the dark, but that'll be cool with the lights on and the lights in the tunnels. Something different's always nice. Now we got to try and get by. We got 3 guys hit right here in front of us, and if they don't go into pits, if they keep going, we don't know if they have enough fuel. They might have enough fuel for the rest of the race. We don't know. All we can do is just keep passing them, because that looks like another Mazda, don't it? It looks like the same car that we're driving. As long as there's a car in front of us, we gotta pass it. That's just all there is to it. Okay, so this, now coming along here, we can rip, oh, he took off on us. Ooh. Tell you, that was pretty cheeky. I was just gonna shoot out to the right and pass him and the car in front. That didn't quite work out the way I had expected. Oh. Well, you can sure tell that the sun is starting to go down as we're passing them over here then. Coming through the tunnel again. Well, they've turned the lights on, so we can know there's 2 more cars on the track in front of us there. I'm thinking we are probably, should be in 3rd. Hard to say. I don't know if there's any more cars in front of these 2 guys. But I don't think we're much worse than 3rd position at the moment. So just keep ripping. Just keep your fingers crossed, but not while you're racing, because you got to hold on to the steering wheel. See, like I said, when you try to pass them around the outside, it just doesn't work. The inside, that's the best place with these cars anyhow, because these guys are really fast. And it was absolutely awesome race. This is one of my favorite races in the last little while, I'd say. Even though it's been 10 laps, it's a long one. It's hard to concentrate and keep going at that fast pace, because it's really stressful trying to race it in VR, because it's like you're there. You're almost really there in the car racing. That's very enjoyable. If you've never tried VR, you should give it a shot. Give it a shot with racing or any other game that they have in VR. It is amazing how realistic it feels. Anyhow, we are coming up around the corner here, and I do believe that this was lap number 9, and that there's only one more lap to go. I kind of got that feeling. Plus, there's not much time left on the timer, and we got all the lights on in the tunnel now. I think we're in the lead. I think we're the number 1 car. I haven't seen any other vehicles in front of us for a while, so best thing to do is just to push it as hard as you can without spinning out, because you will spin out if you go too fast around the corners. Push it as hard as you can, drive a clean race, use the full width of the track, you know, the usual stuff, and get around, and hopefully we are in the front. And if we are not, we should be able to see any other car fairly soon, because if we don't, this lap is about half over, I'd say. Ooh, was that a car I saw down there? I'm not quite sure, but I thought I saw a car along the road. Maybe not. Oh, no, there was one. Yeah, one car right there. Right there. Now, we don't know, is he the lead car, or did we lap him? We don't know. So we can't take any chances, and we can't assume anything. So the best thing to do is let's catch up to him and let's pass him. We don't have a lot of chances left. There's only one spot left, that one last bridge before the tunnel. We got to get by him, because we don't know if we're number 2, and the Opafet's got to win this one. Here we go as we're ripping by him. Boy, this was an absolutely awesome race. I really enjoyed this one, and I hope you did as well. Until we meet again at Opafet Gaming, you've been racing the Opafet.